Westward expansion unit test. A. Multiple choice. Circle the letter next to the correct answer for each question. 1. Which early pioneer blazed the Wilderness Trail, which later became the first national road? A. Daniel Boone. B. William Clark. C. Thomas Jefferson. D. Zebulon Pike. Number 2. Read the list. Use it to answer the question. Whose explorations does the list best describe? Explored the upper regions of the Mississippi River, made treaties with the Native Americans, explored in Spanish territory, including present-day Colorado, Kansas, and Texas. A. The explorations of Daniel Boone. B. The explorations of Meriwether Lewis. C. The explorations of Zebulon Pike. D. The explorations of Sacagawea. 3. What did the explorations of Daniel Boone, Lewis and Clark, and Zebulon Pike have in common? A. They brought slavery to the new western lands. B. They purchased new western lands from the Native Americans. C. They made the lands they explored known to the American people. D. They provided scientific information and specimens of the plants and animals they found. 4. Americans began to justify westward expansion with the idea that it was their right to claim lands from coast to coast. Which phrase best identifies that idea? A. Annexation. B. Louisiana Purchase. C. Manifest Destiny. D. Territorial expansion. 5. Study the graphic organizer to answer the question. Which title below best completes this graphic organizer? Plentiful furs could be hunted and sold in Europe. Rich farmland made it possible to become self-sufficient. Towns and cities along western trails needed food and supplies. Which title below best completes this graphic organizer? A. Social motives for exploration in the West. B. Political motives for exploration in the West. C. Nationalist motives for exploration of the West. D. Economic motives for exploration in the West. Six. How did the motives of the Mormons differ from the motives of many settlers in the West? A. The Mormons came to build mission schools for Native Americans. B. The Mormons came to escape religious persecution. C. The Mormons came to find land for growing cotton. D. The Mormons came to mine silver and gold. 7. Which of the following was the result of friction between Spain and the United States over the boundary lines of the Louisiana Territory? A. The Florida Purchase. B. The Mexican Cession. C. The Texan War. D. The Oregon Treaty. 8. The U.S. Congress did not annex Texas at first, and it remained an independent country for 9 years. Which reason best explains why the annexation of Texas was delayed? A. Texas cotton farmers were unwanted competition for Southern planters. B. Texas did not want to become a part of the United States. C. Texas would upset the balance of slave and free states. D. Texas was involved in an ongoing war against Mexico. 9. Whose explorations are described below? Explored the upper regions of the Mississippi River, made treaties with Native Americans, explored in Spanish territory. A. Lewis and Clark. B. Zebulon Pike. C. Daniel Boone. Number 10. Whose explorations had the following impact? Established relations with some Native Americans, gathered information to expand west, helped to map out the Louisiana Territory. A. Lewis and Clark. B. Zebulon Pike. C. Daniel Boone. 11. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 allowed Americans to take over Native American lands. Which two tribes resisted? A. Sioux and Cherokee. B. Seminole and Cherokee. C. Catawba and Cherokee and Seminole. C. Catawba and Seminole. Number 12. Use the map below to answer questions 12 through 14. Number 12. According to the map, in what city did the journey west begin? 13. Explain how physical features along this trail might have affected travel. 14. Based on your knowledge of the westward movement, what would be the best title for the map? The Appalachian Trail, the National Road, the Oregon Trail, the Santa Fe Trail. Use the map below to answer question 15. Territorial acquisitions, 1783 to 1853. Write the letter that represents each territory next to the correct name for the territorial acquisition. Florida Purchase, Louisiana Purchase, Mexican Cession, Oregon Territory, Texas Annexation. Primary sources. Use the primary source below to answer the questions. What do you think the author's purpose was in writing this flyer? What words and phrases capture your attention? About what historical event was the article most likely written? El Dorado, United States of America. The discovery, inexhaustible gold mines, California. Tremendous excitement among the Americans. The extensive preparations. Migrate to the gold regions. The great discovery of gold in dust, scales, and lumps of quicksilver, platine, cinnabar, etc., on the shores of the Pacific has thrown the American people into a state of the wildest excitement. The intelligence from California that gold can be picked up in lumps weighing 6, and it continues off the page. What do you think the author's purpose was in writing this flyer? What words and phrases capture your attention? About what historical event was the article most likely written?